So we're coming into you a little bit late in the scene. So thank you for your patience. And as we start warming up this cosmic dance floor, and I welcome Jennifer Joy Jimenez, we invite you, as we wait for more fellow journeyers to come on, I invite you to just begin to sway and to move and to feel what it means to create some sacred space in your own home. Because this is the way that Jennifer and I warm up our bodies, warm up our soul in order to be of utmost service to the world. Right, Jennifer?
Yes, yes. Just breathing, taking in a few beautiful cleansing, life-giving breaths, breathing in through the nose. Exhale and just let it all go, all the stress, all the anxiousness, just all that tension. Just kind of unwind the body. Unwind, let it all fall away. Feel your feet grounded and rooted in the earth below. Open up those wings, those branches, stretching to the sky, the spirit, the heavens. Connect to the beat, the rhythm of the drum, just like the beating of your own heart. Opening up to that rhythm.
And as you find your own personal and authentic way of moving today, allow your body to be a vessel of letting go of something that doesn't serve you. I know that we had some technical difficulties. Some of you were there waiting for us, so I apologize. We apologize. Let this time be one of, whoo, what are you letting go of? Now, no one can hear you in your own home, so why don't you just let it out through your body, through your voice. Woohoo!
Yes!
Ah! Don't be shy, right, Jennifer? Ah! And I'll just say that if you don't really hear the music, because right now I don't hear it, Jennifer, on your end, I know that you're DJing for us, still find that essence of movement through the music that's in your body. So we're working with intention. What are we letting go of? You don't need music to let it go.
Yes, and you can see, what's interesting, Parashakti, is you're dancing right to the music, even if you can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
So imagining you can hear the rhythm of your beating heart. You can feel the rhythm of the breath, right? Yes. Beautiful. Just imagining the ocean waves crashing in and through you. Imagining and feeling the breeze flowing through your body, blowing away any thoughts of worry, doubt, concern. Opening up to the knowing that this beautiful life force energy that is beating our hearts and breathing our lungs has got us, that we are held in the arms of the divine. So we move and open up the body to breathe in that energy of life, to breathe in that energy of love, to connect with confidence, clarity, support, feeling safe in the space.
And what comes to me right now is for you to imagine an energy that you want to call into your life and start to embody that energy. So I'm calling in that through these technical difficulties that we've just had, that we flow with ease and grace. So what are you now with your body calling in?
I'm calling in with you, Parashakti, ease and grace and joy. Joy, alive, vitality, radiance, divinity, calm, confidence, and love. And
So
just
Jennifer,
allowing your yes.
I think actually this is a great segue because you called in and invoked the joy, being that is your middle name. I think that now you can bring us to some sort of closing so that we can begin to tune in to you and share the wisdom that you bring to the cosmic dance floor. Aho.
Oh, so just allowing your eyes to close, placing one hand right at the center of your being, one hand at the belly. Taking a nice deep breath here. Again, nice deep breath. Filling the hands, filling the belly, filling the whole being and body with life force energy, and exhale. And once again, breathing and centering. Knowing that right where we are, spirit is. That all of our needs are met. That the power breathing us is far more powerful. And we contain so much more potential than anything we're facing today. Any situation, any condition, any challenge. And that as we open up to our beautiful communion, our time together in the energy of love, particularly a deepening of love of the self. Not the self with a lowercase s, but the self with a capital S, that we have our divine soul self with a perfect blueprint for the highest version of our being. And then we are on this human experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And the human experience is complex. Maybe you could call it complicated. There's many facets of our being, experiences that we've had. But here's what I know for sure. As my mother, Mary Morrissey, often quotes, the content of our life. That means everything going on in our body and our relationships, the body of our work, the body of our home, our physical being and body. The content of our life is the curriculum of our evolution. And so this content of relationship with self and really opening up to a more divine embodiment of unconditional love is what we invoke and invite our attention and intention to be on in this moment together. We allow spirit to be in the heart and center of our time, thanking spirit for this life, thanking Rhythmia and Parashakti for hosting our time together, and thanking ourselves for bringing ourselves here, for being that kind of human being that is seeking growth, expansion, breakthrough, and transformation. Whatever it is that we are seeking, we have it within. So we invite ourselves to go within, to find the answers, to find the energy, to find the love that we seek within ourselves first and foremost.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Wow, it is such an honor here at Rhythmia to host you. You are in Southern California, and boy, you are such a mover and shaker. You do so much, and I'm going to share a little bit. You are the founder of the Health and Well-Being Division at the Brave Thinking Institute, and you are the founder of Transcendence. And I personally have had the great honor and experience to dancing with you and for you, and co-creating so much on the dance floor. And I think what's so unique about you is that you have a soul signature that you share with the world, and you train other facilitators to share their utmost beautiful expression through movement. And it's so much more than movement. And that's what I experienced when I danced with you. I experienced that I was able to move into the dance of my soul, my purpose, my mission, and then to really take it off the dance floor and embody it with the tools that you train us with. And so that is exactly what we do here at Rhythmia, is that we say that 50% is the ceremonial aspect of things, and then 50% is off the grounds, the sacred grounds, and into your real life. So thank you for being the embodiment of self-love and the embodiment of all that you bring to the world. Welcome. Love you so much.
It is.
So
love
yes.
you too, soul sister. Yeah.
Yes. So, here at Our Love, we focus each week on a theme. And when you and I went into a dream space, you came up with the embodiment of self-love. And so I know that you have a journey to take us on, a journey from perhaps giving us a little bit of history of, I know that you're a mama of 3 and you're in a relationship with your husband for 25 years. What's your secret? So yes, I pass on the energetic talking stick to you.
Yeah. So hi, everybody. I'm seeing the chats. Millie saying, what part of SoCal? I'm in Orange County too, Millie. So maybe we are neighbors. So cool. And then we've got incredible souls from Australia. And it would be kind of fun if you want to chat in where you're coming in, where you're Facebook living it in from. And then, if you have any specific questions for either of us, you could also just chat those in. I'd love for this to be a collective community conversation versus a talking head, which I know you love too, Parashakti.
Yes, and I appreciate you doing that, because my laptop is quite far away from here. So you'll be in charge of navigating through the chats.
Totally. And Joshua is also in Orange County. Woohoo! We got some SoCal people. Absolutely. So yeah, there's Las Vegas, Nevada in here, and different Big Island, Hawaii. Hi from Hawaii. So I'll just do my best to start, sharing a little bit about my story, just a little snippet, because this is really about you and about you connecting and deepening in your relationship with self, deepening into an even greater unconditional love, because as we all know, in relationship, we can only bring to that relationship and experience in that relationship the depth of love that we're able to embody, right, ourselves. And that has been one of my greatest soul's journeys. I am married. I've been married for 25 years, with my husband for 29. So I started at 1. No, I'm kidding. But people are like, how old are you? I will be 46 in 2 weeks, basically 2 weeks, 10 days, really. So very cool. All right. Let me talk a little bit about how I went from not being so in love with myself, and particularly my human body. There've been quite a few studies that have been put out regarding our relationship with self-image, and particularly our physical body. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So our relationship with ourself and embodiment is a nice measurement of really where we're at on this spiritual journey of love, of self-love. So my story starts off as a young woman, and my first dream was to be a professional dancer. And so I went the traditional route, just, finding a local studio. I grew up in Oregon on a small farm, or not so small, I should say big farm, 100-acre Marionberry farm, actually, just outside of Portland in Hillsboro, Oregon. And so, starting in that traditional dance world, and, just media television, commercials, Sports Illustrated magazines. Like, what are the messages that we hear? So for decades, I'll just cut to the chase, I was in this vicious loop of having really deep rooted body image, body shame issues, extreme dieting, extreme exercising, and at the end of the day, just never feeling good enough, thin enough, this or that enough, and just feeling really, really stuck in my body for, a number of years. And I longed, I think secretly, the secret longing and dream was just to feel free. I wanted to feel confident and free in my body. I wanted to feel accepted in society and mostly myself. I wanted to um, just be loved. Isn't that what we all want at the end of the day? We want to feel good enough. We want to feel worthy. We want to feel like we're part of a loving, accepting tribe. And I know that, I desperately wanted to fall in love. And I'm very much a romantic. And so I wanted to fall in love with my soulmate. Like, I believed in a soulmate and thought it was possible. And the good news in this story was that I did. I was sitting with my brothers at the time, and they asked me, what if you could dream up your soul man, your soul mate, your dream person, what would that look like? And I had a long list. And I was very blessed in that I was raised in personal development. So I was taught that thoughts become things and that we are co-creating this life from a very early age. And that when I wake up, I choose my mood. I don't wait and see what happens during the day and then react to life circumstances and have a mood based on what's going on. It doesn't matter. I get to choose my thoughts, I get to choose my feelings, and I am co-creating this life that we are living. Now, just because you're taught that doesn't mean you're a master of those skills straight out of the gate. So, but I did manifest my husband quite early on in the game. That also presented some unique challenges because when you're young, I met him when I was 16. He's 8 years older, so that was a whole thing in and of itself. There's quite a bit of growing up to do. And what I will say is, in this relationship with myself and my body, actually, my husband was one of my greatest teachers because through his eyes of seeing me with unconditional love. So, going from a young woman training as a professional dancer, I've been in our 25 years of marriage, underweight, overtrained, normal weight, kind of in the middle, and then pregnant, where I gained 55 pounds and just had a baby, and everything's kind of what it should be, having just had a baby, but it felt like at the time kind of a mess, and everything in between. And through his eyes, I was really able to learn in many ways what unconditional love really looked like. And however, just because I saw it in his eyes, it took time for me to slowly peel back those limiting beliefs and the shackles of what we're often taught we're supposed to look like, or supposed to weigh, or supposed to be lovable and accepted and enough. And that journey ultimately had led me to finding conscious dance. And of course, as a dancer, what better healing pathway to come home to my body temple and to remember the truth of my being than through dance. I just didn't know it existed. It took me some time to find this work. And it's been 20 years now of studying conscious dance and mind, body, spirit movement, and combining that with universal spiritual principle, and growing into what I do now as a leader, teacher, speaker, entrepreneur, change agent, mentor of this work. And along the way, I have had many healings. Like I said, it's a peeling back process and many ways of just deepening. And I now accept all body sizes and shapes, and see the beauty in all forms. One of my favorite examples is when we look at a tree, we don't say that's a skinny tree or a fat tree or a tall tree or a short tree. We see the beauty in nature. And wouldn't it be beautiful if we had a world that could see all sizes, shapes, colors, abilities, even, all the different forms that we take on as human becomings, and that we could feel loved and accepted. And what I know for me is if I want to feel that and experience that outside of me, my first place to do that is to do that within me. And I can
Jennifer,
honestly
I
say
have a
now,
little bit of we're multitasking here, and a very honored guest just walked in because he has to kind of get to his space in the office here. So I wanted to take a moment to interrupt you and just introduce him so he can walk by. If you don't mind coming here so that you can say hello. So we have Stefan here, and he's the creative director of Our Love. Do you want to say anything before you pass on to your work?
Sure, I could talk about Our Love.
Yeah.
So I'm actually the creative director at Rhythmia. I was one of the co-creators with the Rhythmia team and Jerry on the Our Love application, which is a spiritual dating app. It's to connect people on a bit of a deeper level. And pretty soon we're launching a new feature called Star Match, where you can match people based on their birth chart. So it's in the App Store for Android, iOS. Go ahead and download it today if you want to get that deeper cosmic connection.
Awesome. That was a little commercial break because he needs to kind of sneak back in because he has a huge amount of work to do. So yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And not only is Stefan like a multitasker and creative genius, he's also an incredible musician and plays live on Wednesday nights here at Rhythmia and does so much more. So thank you, Stefan, for everything that you bring. Okay, Jennifer, we're here to continue to be that strong tree.
well, first of all, I just love Our Love and what it stands for and what you're doing. I mean, dating apps didn't exist when I manifested my husband, and he lives in Mexico City, by the way, and this small farm girl in Oregon. How we got together and came together is truly in many ways a miracle. But now with this, like if we're looking at people streaming in from the Poconos and from Athens, Greece, and from Australia and from Southern California and from all over the world. So being able to have one application, let's just call it a resource, an empowering resource, right? Where you, first of all, can know and trust that the people here are like you, like-minded, heart-centered, spiritual in nature, looking for, not just a loving relationship and passion and pleasure and all the great romance and all the stuff that comes with relationship. But when you said, Parashakti, what's your secret? I would say it was that, one of the top pieces of my list was I wanted a man who is spiritual in nature, who is looking to grow and to really live into his optimal self. It just happens to be that our optimal self, as we have grown, it hasn't been like this. It's been very much like this and like this and like this, but we continue to swim together and support each other in becoming all that we can be. And I know that that's what Our Love represents. And I'm so excited that there are more resources like this in the world to help souls, and I would say, don't worry about distance, that when the heart falls in love and you find that soulmate, even though I was still in high school, my husband's got a highly successful career in Mexico City at the time. If you just lean in, just take that next indicated step, and it will all flow as it is divinely designed to do. So anyhow, I'm obviously here because I think it's an incredible resource, and just really encourage any paradigms. I know, I have a number of friends that are single, and probably one of the number one paradigms that I hear is, oh, I don't want it to be in like a dating app. And I'm like, that's like saying, I don't want it to be at the grocery store. Like the dating apps are just one more place we can meet somebody, whether it be the grocery store or the beach. Maybe you don't live in a place where there's a beach, but like a restaurant, through a friend. It's just we're so interconnected digitally now. So anytime I hear a coaching client, I do transformational coaching, or a friend or a colleague say that to me, I just say, well, if it was me in the dating world right now, I would just hold dating apps in just an open place in the palm of my hand. I wouldn't close it off, because what if on the flip side of it, I can name at least 10 people that I know who are in thriving relationships, and they found their mate through a dating app. So I'm like, hey, like, why not let the universe connect you with the person that you're meant to be with easily, and have it be simple, and just do what you can with what you have from right where you are. So,
Right.
following that, it's either going to resonate or it's not. So I'm not saying push yourself, but I also wouldn't cut yourself off from the resources that are available, right? So
Right. So Jennifer, one of the unique things that we get to do here as I host these weekly gatherings of the hearts is to actually, experience what it means to truly embody self-love. And so we've chosen together this beautiful theme, and through your unique soul signature of transcendence, I know that we are at that point of time to be able for you to guide us into that practice.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Okay. And just to put a period, which isn't really a period, it's like a dot, dot, dot into an arrow that kind of flies out into space on the story. I think you can probably just feel the energy that I am sensing and feeling. I hope you can sense and feel this energy that I have definitely shifted and moved into a much more loving space with myself, and especially with my beautiful body temple that is the chalice for my soul. And that relationship with self drives everything. It has completely transformed my life. It has transformed my relationship with my husband. It's one of the main reasons I think we're still married today. It makes me and supports me in being a grounded and centered and loving mommy. Although my kids they don't call me mommy anymore. They call me mom. They're teens and a daughter in college. And then as an entrepreneur, my ability to really be a beacon of light and a change agent in the world has everything to do with how much energy and expression I can provide in and through this body temple. Remember, over 90% of communication is nonverbal, right? And the other gold nugget that I'll provide that I often will hear from people that are looking for love or wanting to, manifest love, is there's oftentimes this little sneaky paradigm that sounds like, well, I'm not ready. One of the friends I was sharing with you that was a little hesitant around the social media, she was like, I have to lose weight. I got to lose 10 pounds. And then I got to get my pictures done for like my profile. And I'm like, so-and-so, fill in the blank. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, you are a incredible, gorgeous goddess that is going to make some incredible soul so happy. And so he's not, or this is a woman, so I'm saying she's looking for a male, she's looking for a man. Like, he is not going to care if you're 10 pounds heavier or 10 pounds lighter. Like, this human being is going to love every inch of you and just savor you. And one of my favorite quotes is from women who, it's right here, actually, I was just teaching from it. I did a 6 a.m. call. It's Women Who Run with the Wolves. If you haven't read this, Clarissa Pinkola Estevez, it's an incredible book. I wasn't planning on pitching the book or anything like that, but she talks about that the legs are the anillo, which is the ring that wraps around the lover. Think about that image for a moment versus what I know for many years I felt about my thighs, right? It's just a totally different experience. So speaking of that, we will dive deep into an embodiment experience right now, a breath and embodiment experience. I'm going to sit back a little bit. So if you would, go ahead and get comfortable. We're going to drop into the body. Now, you may be very embodied. You may feel like, ooh, I love this. This is something that I'm used to, that I feel comfortable being in this body. That would be more of a kinesthetic type person. The intellectuals here live oftentimes way pulled up, so that there's quite a disconnect. And so what I invite all of us to do is just to take it one step further, just one step, whatever that step might be. You're not supposed to be anywhere other than right where you are. And so we're just leaning into this experience and inviting ourselves into just even expanding self-love even 1 degree. For some of you, it may be, you may get many degrees. But if we just lean into 1 degree, that would be fantastic. So allowing your eyes to close, coming into the center of your being. If that's not easy for you, you might imagine there's a pearl right between your eyebrows, a beautiful glowing crystal pearl. And you can imagine that pearl move down the center of your throat, down into the heart, and imagining that there's a treasure chest right in the center of your chest, the heart energetic center versus the physical heart. There's an energy center there. It's your heart chakra energy. And imagine that this pearl begins to glow like a glowing bubble of light. And in the center of this glowing bubble is this energy of unconditional love. One way to connect with a deeper sense of self-love, if it feels like a stretch for you, is to imagine your love of a loved one. It could be a pet, can be a living or a pet that has passed. It can be a human, living or past. But bring to mind a being that you feel this energy of unconditional love with. That you can not just think it, but you begin to feel your whole being just warm and fuzzy and glowing with this love. You can feel your whole body just relaxing in this idea of this being's presence right here in the center of your being. And imagine that this bubble of love begins to grow and expand. And it grows into the size of a basketball. And then it grows to the size of your shoulders and knees. This energy of love expands until your head is enveloped, and down below your feet is enveloped until it's about 6 feet above you, below you, to the right, to the left, in front of you, behind you. And we're going to open up this sphere of love and connect ourselves to the energy beyond. So imagining at the tip, the top of the bubble, as well as the top of your head, there's an opening, a funnel. And this incredible waterfall of healing light from the divine is pouring in and energizing and magnifying and magnetizing this sphere of love and light. And as you are within this sphere, every cell in your body, every bone, ligament, muscle, tissue is energized, rejuvenated, revitalized by this energy of love. From the bottom of this sphere of light and love in your feet, you feel grounding cords moving from the bottom of your feet down through the flooring, down through the rock, all the way down into the fiery core of Mother Earth. Any energy of criticism, doubt, self-judgment, shame, blame, anger, non-forgiveness of self or past relationships that might be hindering becoming the magnet for the love that you seek in this world, just imagine that low vibration energy just being washed away. Washed down the lower body, down the ankles and feet and toes, down through the grounding cord, thanking Mother Earth for receiving this energy and recycling and renewing this energy. And then from the feet, we can be resourced, supported, connected, grounded. Imagine that you're soaking up and soaking in an energy of this loving support from Mother Earth. It's more grounded, earthy, rooted, grassy smelling energy that you can sense from the earth as you also receive her wisdom, receive her support and guidance. So you're being resourced and you're receiving, you're opening and you're being sourced from the divine. And then this energy just swirls all around you. It swirls in and through your eyes and ears and all of your senses, your heart, your arms, your elbows, your fingers, through your spine, through your hips, down through your legs and feet. And if we want to, we can allow ourselves just to begin to move. Just making sure that you're still hearing me. I think we lost Parashakti. Okay. If you can chat into the stream that you're able to see me, or did we lose? I'm just texting somebody on my end. Did we lose signal? Okay, so it looks like you're still seeing me. Okay, you can't see Parashakti, but you can see me. Okay, well, we're still going. So we're going to move now. I'm going to go ahead and you're still live. Okay, great. Seems like I'm still live. Beautiful. So I'm just going to go back to the music. I'm just going to see. I see you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know you can see me. All right. I'm just going to make sure this is on.
Thank you so much.
It'll start playing through. There she is. I think she's coming back. Okay. And David, let me know if you can hear this music. David's on my end. Can you hear this? If not, I'll turn it off. But if you can hear it, we'll keep it going. Yes, you can hear the music. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stand. And if you want to stand with me, we're just going to allow, you can see me. Yay! Thanks, Millie and Matt and everybody who's chiming in. Go ahead and stand up, if you would. And you're just going to do the dance of love. Dance of love with the spirit pouring into your being. Dance of love from the earth coming up and in through your feet. Dance of love, the heart energy moving out through your arms. Just begin
She's a
to
pro. She'll be able to bring it to a closing.
Breathing. Breathing in love. Breathing in acceptance. Just let your body blossom open like a beautiful flower. Your petals, your branches, or your wings just spread and open, expand, letting more light, more love in and through your being. Okay.
So Jennifer, it's nice to be back with all of you. As I shared from the very beginning, we've been having these technical difficulties. So we are on a timekeeping dance. So I'm going to invite you, Jennifer, to take us for another about 3 minutes and bring it to a closing with great wisdom and great care and great blessing.
Absolutely. Yes. So just really grounding this energy of love. Just taking your hands to your body somewhere. Sending your body love. Saying thank you, body. Thank you, body. Thank you, heart beating. Thank you, lungs. Thank you, shoulders. Thank you, elbows. Thank you, hips. Thank you, pelvis. Thank you, thighs. Thank you, knees. Thank you, feet. Thank you, eyes. Thank you, ears. Thank you, mouth. Thank you, spirit, for this beautiful body temple. Just wrap your arms around your body if you would with me. Nice big hug, big squeeze. And if you are willing and able, you could say, I love myself. I love me. I am enough just as I am. I am worthy and I am loved unconditionally by myself and most importantly by the power that is breathing me. And so it is.
And so it is. Jennifer. Jennifer Joy Jimenez, we are able to, or I know that I am able to dance with you just forever and ever and ever. And I'm sorry that we have to cut short. And we're so grateful here at Rhythmia that you joined us and that you shared a piece of your soul. And really just such a great honor. And we can't wait for you to come here and dance with us here at Rhythmia. We're open, everybody. It's time for you to book, join us. So much to fall in love with when you come here. First and foremost, to fall in love with yourself. And then you can write down in your heart that prayer for your soulmate and download the app. So on that note, Jennifer, I will be sharing with our wonderful dancers your information. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart to your heart, soul sister. And thank you everyone for joining. And I apologize for the technical difficulties that we had, but we made it.
We made it. It's all good. You got to love technology. We're all connecting from all over the world. So thank you, Parashakti. Thanks for having me. Thank you, everybody. Loved dancing with you. Even though I couldn't see you, I could feel you. Well done.
So amazing. Okay. Thank you. Bye, everybody.